Hello. We are currently in Mexico, and if you're seeing this part, it means two things. One, I'm here for this wedding, and two, this dress is not done.
Last time on the Dressmaking Chronicles, we designed the dress, shopped for fabrics, figured out the pattern, and had a week left in the 2.5 week timeline that I gave myself.
Wish me luck.
So why 2.5 weeks? I had 2.5 weeks until I had a family trip to Europe, which means no more sewing machine access. Then I'm back in Toronto with my sewing machine for exactly 8 hours before flying out to Mexico, where I'll have 4 days where I'm doing fun beach activities before we finally fly to Cabo to attend this wedding. Now, to find out how I ended up in my earlier predicament,
This dress is not done.
let's go back to where we left off last time, with 6 days left.
Okay, rise and shine. Today's the day. We are cutting into our real fabric today. I cut out the front and back pattern pieces based on the muslin mock-up that I have. I still need to cut up the piece for the straps, and then we are ready. We're ready to cut into this Bemberg lining. If I can get to the skirt construction today, I'll be so happy. Get to the skirt construction today. Yeah, today's the day. It's very exciting. It's a relatively good, sunny, warm day today. I heard the geese on the streets. Let's get started. I actually only have 2.5 yards of this fabric. I put the entire thing around my waist, and 2.5 yards is about 2.5 times around my fabric. And I have a really full and long skirt. I just don't have enough fabric. I'm gonna go get 1 more yard of Bemberg lining. I think that is enough for my pattern pieces. Fingers crossed. This to fold on top of each other for about 2.5, leaving 1.5 in the middle. Really trying to make sure it's following the grain. Fabric actually shifts a lot more than I expected, so I cut it out a little bit bigger for this one. Now this is the back, this is the front, and this is the zipper. Okay, so we are T-minus 3 days to finish this dress. It is time to start sewing. We have to switch out the needles, the thread. I have a matching thread that goes with this. Especially the top. To say I am stressed would be an understatement. Work in progress. That part is fully sewn together. I think the needle is still hanging over here. For something that's so front and center, it's so important to get the pieces right and the size right. Otherwise, it just looks really cheaply made. Hand finished. The friggin' seam is done. First fitting. I'm kind of seeing how much space I can take in. I can take in still a lot. Okay, I'm leaving for the airport in literally 45 minutes, so we're gonna do kind of a last update before I head out. Almost done the top. I did half of this invisible zipper on the side. I'm going to try to finish the other half before I leave. I'm gonna have maybe really 2 hours to set up the sewing machine in between my 2 trips. And that's when I really need to attach this skirt. That is gonna be super duper rushed. I will have to pull an all-nighter that night if that's what it means. For now, let's try to finish the top. I have about an hour before leaving. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks to finish off this dress. Before we leave, first fitting, because I added the invisible zipper. It actually fits my body really well, but this line is not in the right direction. It's not really along my body.
I think it looks very good.
Thank you.
Number one dressing.
We are 5 hours from going on our flight, and I have to finish hand sewing the zipper and then machine sew the rest of the skirt on. So wish me luck.
Like you can see the waves, and I really like these waves.
I literally cried while trying to make this dress hours before the flight. It was genuinely such a scramble. Okay, wait, let me try this on. I have not even like seen myself wear it yet. This is the first time this is on my body since I've sewn it together. And I was in such a rush when I was catching the flight to Mexico that I sewed this inside out. Like this was supposed to be the most inner side because it's the longest skirt. And you can see like my layers literally in here. Surprisingly, the length isn't bad, but like, yo, look at this back part. It's so poofy. It's so bad. It's so bad. People say invisible zippers are hard to make. It genuinely is so difficult. The most frustrating part is over here where I hand sewed a lot of this and it's falling apart because there are parts of it where I accidentally sewed like right through the zipper. If a thread is inside of this, it actually doesn't let you zip it up. So I had to cut off a lot of this, which is why the inner lining is kind of like falling apart right now. The other problem was that I literally forgot to bring my sewing kit. I brought the thread and I brought a seam ripper and I brought nothing else. Thank freaking goodness this hotel has a sewing kit and we got some scissors from the front desk. So we have to get to work literally right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna have nothing to wear. The seam ripper versus the dress. Goodbye. Pieces of chiffon. So. Okay, so I required thinner thread, a pair of scissors, and tailor's shop. We're at this Notion store in Cozumel. We need Griffin to... I've dropped it already. I need him to help me cut the dress when I'm wearing heels. And the sewing needle that we got from the hotel is a little bit too thick for hemming, so I wanted something a little bit thinner. And they're super nice, and everything costs like $5. Items acquired. We are currently in Cabo, Mexico. We are like 26 hours away from the wedding and I'm hemming the final bits of it. Yesterday, Griffin helped me like cut the edge of it. You can't see anything, it's so steamy. So now he has to chalk it based on where it reaches the ground. Go, Griffin.
Tailoring check.
It's like a little bit jagged from yesterday, but overall it's not too bad. Like here is pretty smooth, so he got way better. I just recut it so the edges are smooth. So now I'm gonna iron, hem, and then we're done. And I need to pin the straps a little bit. It's like kind of the final stretch, but we're almost there. Okay, guys, that was the process. This is the dress right here in front of me. My friends actually came over to hang out yesterday and got me to try it for them. It was very cute. There are like genuinely so many things I learned. I hand sewed this invisible zipper like 4 or 5 times, like learning all the hand stitches. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It photographed like so beautifully, and I think it was perfect for exactly how I envisioned where this dress would be. Like, I designed it to have the ocean in the background. That was exactly the scenario I ended up having. I think it's so important in design to really take into account the setting that you'll be in. Thank you for following me on this journey. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, definitely go check that out. I absolutely love making these dresses. I recently got a ton of silks from Paris, so I'm gonna be making more summer dresses, summer linen wardrobe. Maybe I'll go to a market soon. So if you're interested in following along with any of that, I'd love to see you, and I hope you subscribe. I'll see you next week. Bye.